6 o'clock. Puerto Rico's embattled governor is stepping down. Protesters celebrated in the streets overnight after days of calling for his resignation. Plus,
I am not going to answer that question, sir. Well, we can't get into it.
the highly anticipated Mueller hearings are all wrapped up, but what does it mean for President Trump? That's the question we're asking you to weigh in on in this morning's poll. Also this morning, his parental instincts sent this Vancouver man jumping after his son to save him from a waterfall.
Once he went underwater, I don't think there was any question, that I had to go in and get him, to do whatever I could to save him.
We'll hear more about his efforts to save his son, plus how both are recovering. And from one hero story to another's, we'll meet the retired sheriff who's still making an impact on his community by bringing home lost hikers. It's a brand new edition of Those Who Serve. And this is the 6 o'clock hour of KGW News at Sunrise.
And we begin with a shot outside Hillsborough's Main Street. We are in the middle of We Love Hillsborough Week. Rod Hill is going to be in Hillsborough live during sunrise for Rod on the Road tomorrow.
Yeah.
But coming up today at 6:45, our Christine takes a closer look at this unique art installation that's over at Aranco Woods Nature Park.
That
Have you
is
seen it?
crazy cool. Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. So glad you're with us. Things are heating up for Hillsborough and also for the rest of us today, Rod.
Yeah, we could hit 90. If we do it, it would be day number 4. Are you ready? We're going to be right there, at least in the upper 80s. Here's our day plan. Right now we're at 60 degrees. We'll be about 77 at lunchtime. I have Portland 88 degrees at 5 p.m., but maybe we'll make it to 90. And by the way, the clear skies are with all areas from the coast to the Idaho border, so you will find sunshine and no weather problems. The question is, what about those roads, Mr. McGinnis?
There were a lot of problems. There were problems yesterday. As we check out the roads this morning, we're in pretty good shape. In fact, let's go ahead and give you a live look right now from our ODOT camera. Can we bring that up? I'm not actually sure where I'm going with that, so we will come back and check those out. Give you a live look behind Drive 8, behind the wheel of Drive 8 in just a little bit, guys.
Thank you, Chris. Washington County deputies want you to keep an eye out for this mother and her 2-year-old son. 32-year-old Nicole Murphy and her son Caden were last seen leaving an urgent care facility. It was near 185th and Cornell in Hillsborough Tuesday night. Deputies say their family are extremely worried about them. They're not sure the mother is able to care for her son. If you see them, you're asked to call the Washington County Sheriff's Office.
The owner of a Hillsborough Martial Arts Academy is in jail, accused of sexually abusing 2 female students. 27-year-old Kaiwi Amina is the owner of Martial Masters Academy. Washington County deputies say the alleged abuse happened at his Beaverton apartment in 2017. The victims told deputies Amina and another adult gave them alcohol before he assaulted them. Investigators are worried there are more victims out there who just haven't come forward.
Police have also released new video of a man they say stabbed a 28-year-old woman last month. So you see here in this video 2 people getting on an elevator. Police say the man in this video is a suspect in an attack that happened near a bus stop on Northeast 82nd and Schuyler in Northeast Portland. So investigators say they also want to talk with the woman you see here in the video. They believe that she might be a witness.
Some Portland scouts want you to keep an eye out for their stolen trailer. Thieves nabbed it sometime late Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning. It was taken from outside a home not too far from Piedmont Presbyterian Church. That's where the scouts are based. The timing for all this is absolutely terrible. The scouts are trying to get ready to head to Crater Lake to celebrate the troop's 100th anniversary. Now they don't have their trailer or thousands of dollars worth of equipment that was inside.
Yeah, just think of the kids. It's not about the adults. We have fun with it too, but think of the scouts that have been planning and working for this trip for so long. They're the ones that are getting hurt by it.
Okay, the silver lining in all of this, the scouts have borrowed enough gear so they're able to go on their trip this weekend.
It seemed really fast, like it was like 5 or 10 seconds long, the whole thing.
It is absolutely a miracle that these 2 came out over a waterfall. and came out alive.
Wow, this is crazy. A relaxing time on the river takes a sudden and dangerous turn for that Vancouver family. The dad jumped into Lucia Falls near Yakult to rescue his son. So the dad was hurt pretty badly, but he says he would do it all over again.
Tim Gordon is covering the story for us this morning. And Tim, all things considered, this could have turned out a lot worse.
Yeah, for sure, Drew. The Brown family feels fortunate that both father and son survived after what happened on the East Fork Lewis River. We caught up with them at Peace Health Southwest Medical Center in Vancouver. Robert went there after Sunday's accident. That afternoon, his 12-year-old son, Michael, he slipped on a rock at the falls and he went into the water. Robert was standing on a boulder at the edge and reached out to try and grab Michael, but missed. The boy was being pulled further underwater. So Robert jumped in after him, going headfirst through the rocky falls.
When I was going down, I tried to grab onto some rocks, but I couldn't because it was covered in moss and algae and stuff.
I'm that close from being unconscious underwater, from, death, and who knows what could have happened to him as well.
Yeah, Michael somehow swam out of it. He had only a bruised elbow and a headache. Robert, though, needed paramedics. He had a fractured neck, damaged ligaments, and also he had tore his carotid artery. Now recovering, he was set to go home late yesterday. The Browns hope their story makes you think about being careful when you're around the water because they know firsthand things can go bad fast. Also, there's a GoFundMe to help pay their medical bills. You can find it at the news links on KGW.com and also the KGW app, guys.
All right, Tim, thank you. The Portland Boathouse needs a new home. After about 20 years, the program is being forced out of its spot along the Willamette. It currently houses equipment for 5 different rowing and paddling clubs, high school athletes, dragon boat teams, and just community members who like the sport. Well, the owner of the property is apparently refusing to continue leasing to the program, even though it offered to pay market rent prices.
It's tough because there's a lot of good folks in this building that work here every day that I think really love having this environment and seeing the kids and seeing the boats come in and out, and it makes for a nice kind of feel to the facility. But the owners of the building are in Connecticut and have no idea what this organization is about. It's about the bottom line for them.
So the program found a temporary new spot, but there's no dock, so the boats will have to be kept outside. It has to move all the equipment out by the end of August.
Now to your morning rush. Puerto Rico's governor says he'll resign following 2 weeks of furious protests. Protesters were dancing in the streets after Ricardo Roseo said that he would leave office on August 2nd. He's been under fire after private comments he made went public. He insulted women and mocked constituents, including the victims of Hurricane Maria. Sources tell WNBC in New York accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein was found injured in his jail cell. He was reportedly found semi-conscious with marks on his neck. 2 sources say Epstein may have tried to hang himself. Another source says he may be trying to get a transfer. And a 4th source says Epstein may have been attacked. President Donald Trump is calling Robert Mueller's testimony devastating for Democrats. He also said the special prosecutor did a horrible job. Democrats have multiple investigations underway involving the president, and one House committee is suing to obtain secret grand jury testimony and to challenge the White House claim of absolute immunity to block testimony from Trump aides. North Korea fired 2 unidentified projectiles into the sea yesterday morning our time. That's according to South Korea's military. They're the first launches in more than 2 months as North Korean and U.S. officials work to restart nuclear diplomacy. And Britain is just one of the European countries bracing for the hottest day in recorded history. Forecasters say the United Kingdom could reach 102 degrees, shattering a record set in 2003. Cities like Paris, Brussels, and Amsterdam are also expecting record-breaking temperatures today. And those are the headlines in your morning rush.